Let's do this again, shall we? I just recorded a video without voice on. Good job, Mark. This video is going to consist of two parts. The first part is I'm just going to show you how the automation works and what it does specifically. So I'm not going to show you the code, how it works, etc. I'm just going to show you what it does. In the second part of the video, I'm going to go into the N810 automation and how we actually made it work, for those that actually want to see and find that out. Idealista is the local property platform in Spain. It is similar to Zillow or Ingafam.com or Property Finder, depending on where you are, what location. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot more. You search properties and you send messages to people who listed those properties. For example, if I inquire about a property, like here, the person who listed that property gets an email notification into their inbox. I'm going to send this message to myself again so you can see it. But that message looks like this. Idealista sends a notification. You can check out their profile, you can look at their phone number, you have their email address and the property that they asked about, as well as the message that they sent. And let's send this to ourselves once again so that the automation recognizes it. Here. So then what we do, execute the automation. This is not done manually, by the way, when it is live. So the automation just scans the email inbox specifically for Idealista messages and notifications, and it automatically starts all of this. And when that happens, I get a message saying, hey, we talked on Idealista regarding this property, can we talk? Obviously, this can be changed. But the point is that the property that they asked about on the platform of Idealista, based on the reference code, we look for the same property on the website of the real estate agent who listed the property on Idealista. So we redirect the person not to the Idealista profile, but to the exact address, websites, which in this case, Córdoba Banker, España. So this is the property, I'm just going to show you so that you can see I'm not just getting some random link. So this is the piso. How do I look at more photos? Yep. I think you get the point already, but for our slower folks, I'm just kidding. And we match it based on the reference code that they have, which is right here. Or depending on the website, we might look for something else. And we take this link and we send that through their WhatsApp right here. And that's it. Another addition that we're working on right now is due to local regulations, especially in Europe as well as Spain, including Spain. Legally, we cannot reach out to a person without them giving us permission first. And the fact that they reached out to us in Idealista is not enough of a permission. So what's going to happen, what we're going to do, is whenever somebody reaches out to one of our real estate agents, or one of the real estate agents we're working with, we're going to send an automatic message, which is going to look something like this. Please click this link so that we can continue talking on WhatsApp. And then we send them a link. And when they click that link, this automation kickstarts and everything goes just the same way. Excuse me. On top of this, what would be more ideal if there is demand for it, we're going to build this automation and include a specific WhatsApp like AI agent, because for now this doesn't have any AI at all. This is just a template. But if we include AI into it as well, we can make it so that the prospect can actually chat with the agent, and then we can offer them 2 time slots to book an appointment for, which we connect to the calendar of the real estate agent, completing like a whole circuit of automation from outreach, so inbound outreach, to actually booked appointments, which they can show up on Google Meets, which is pretty cool. I know it's a hassle because I've worked as a real estate agent. This was the first part of the video, and now I'm going to move on to how it actually works and the specifics. For those so inclined to know about that. So we're using a self-hosted N8N, and we create a new like subsection or subfolder on our server for every single people that we work with, so that we don't mix and match things. Pro tip, do not drink, if you can, at least for like 2 to 3 hours post-eating, because it's supposed to dilute the digestive juices. So, the first node scans all of our email inbox for emails specifically coming from Idealista notifications. These 2 nodes, these little boxes, they're called nodes because they're like points of a web, which are called nodes, I think. Point being is that the content of these emails are scanned. Here's the code, so you can copy it. And what we're pretty much looking for, and the information is categorized under subpoints so that the automation and the computers, robots, can start to read it. You can see here's text, the links, etc. If this email is new, meaning it hasn't gone through this whole automation yet, then the automation continues. If this if node gives back true, which means it hasn't been processed already, then it automatically stops, because we don't want to send 1,000 messages to the same person like here. That was just because of testing, but you get the point. And then we extract the phone number and format it into the right format, because if you go back to the email, you will see that here this doesn't include a country code. And if we only include, or if we only use one country code for all the phone numbers, for Spain specifically, it's +34, we're going to cut out about 20% of our prospects. And if we're talking about someplace like Dubai, we're going to cut out at least, I don't know, 60% of people who reach out, because all of them are international. So what we do here is we don't just copy and paste, we actually look at the, well, I don't know what's this called, code or backend of the website or the web page. And here you can see that the phone number starts with +36, which is the Hungarian prefix where I am from. We take that, format it in the right way so that WhatsApp can actually recognize it and send the right information. Extract keywords. This is the part where we take from the Idealista listing the reference code. We'll take a few more things, but the reference code is what matters most. Here you can just copy paste, or you can ask ChatGPT to take all of it. and we match it to the reference code that is listed on the website right here or here, or even in the link up here. And that is the job of the next node, to take this link and extract it. It extracts a bunch of different things, so it almost extracts the whole web page and all that, as you can see right here. And the job of the next node, after this keyword extraction with all the different links and the phone number, the formatted phone number, and here all the different links and the details of the website of the real estate agency, this node takes these two. It literally doesn't have any other code, just puts them into one single output of data chunk. This node picks out that link that is specifically the one that we're looking for, so the one that leads to their property that I just mentioned. It's going to take a while for it to load. Right there. Takes the CB found URL. I have no idea what CB means, but I don't need to. I just follow the instructions I found on the internet. Yeah, it's probably Coldwell Bankers, is it? Okay. Then I do know what it means. In any case, this node might be even unnecessary, but this is almost like a double check. That does pretty much the exact same thing and organizes all the URLs which are found on the website, but it is not really that important because here we already pick the right link that we're looking for. But I'm just going to keep it that way because I don't, you know the saying, don't mess with things that are already working. So this is one of those things. And if we do not have a phone number in the data set or in the email that we just received, we stop the whole automation because we cannot send a message to somebody who doesn't have a phone number included. And if that happens, here we label that contact as no phone. Excuse me, once again. As no phone number right here. If they do have a phone number, then we go on and we send a message through using Twilio. So the way this works is, first you have to register a phone number, a WhatsApp phone number through Facebook. A lot of or majority of the real estate agents have one. If you are one, you probably know what I'm talking about. But then we use that phone number and that business account, because you need a business account for that as well, through Twilio. So we create a Twilio account and we connect. So we link the two together, the Meta business account with the WhatsApp phone number and Twilio. We link it together. We create a link to, or a webhook to draw on it. This is what it's called. They just basically communicate, and this anytime automation uses Twilio to access it and send like messages to the phone number that we give this little node here from this table and a bunch of data that we send to it based on what I just walked you through prior to this one. And this is the message that we actually send them. As you can see here, is going to include the JSON.cbfound URL, which is, well, you can already see the results right here down at the bottom, but I want to show you on the left side so that you see where we get the link from. This one. And there is also a message template created on Twilio, which includes the rest of the text. That is why you don't see any cold hard text here, but in the message nonetheless you see that we write actually something there. That is because we have an already pre-created template on Twilio saying that say this, and there will be a link variable, and we put a number, we put number 2 in there. We only need to do right here is to tell this node that switch number 2 to this link. Right there. And then the last step is when all of this happens, the email gets marked as processed or whatever we want, so that the real estate agents do not actually need to go through all their emails and pick one by one. Okay, did I talk to this guy? Did I talk to that prospect? Do I need to reach out to them? No. When they were contacted and you get the Idealista notification, this will not be here in your email getting up or taking up your attention. And speaking of attention, this has been the tutorial video that I wanted to show you. Thank you kindly for your attention.